Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Quake Live TV. I am Grease Scotsman, and tonight we're going to be hosting a little bit of a South American Quake Live Capture the Flag coming at you. And I'll need to change my overlays in just a second. I'll get to that in just a moment, folks. But I want to introduce these teams. This is going to be the Extreme Gamers X3m versus Play for Fun p4f. And, of course, anyone who watched our Clan Arena coverage of the South American Get Quaked Fragmageddon is already familiar with Play for Fun and saw how well they did getting to the playoffs of the Clan Arena match. And, yep. So it looks like Demo's letting me know that we're going to be changing servers after this one, but let me change my overlays. I want to say welcome to QLTV's Matcom, who has come up from the books in order to say hey and do a little co-hosting with me. So good to hear you. Good to see you, Matt. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, Reese. It indeed has been a while since I've shoutcasted here, but I'm looking forward to a little Quake Live action tonight.
Indeed. And this will be pretty fun. I'm not very familiar with Extreme Gamers, but, you know, Demo, who is the admin and also a member of Play for Fun, says this should be a pretty good matchup. So now this is going to be really interesting, Matt, because we have not seen Bloodlust CTF ever on QLTV. This is
I was gonna say this map is. I've played it a couple times.
School,
I have never seen this map shoutcasted.
Yeah. So this will be interesting because you know, we don't really have the locations down. You know, there aren't any typical things to talk about. But I do remember playing this map way back in the day when it came out, and there've been a couple of different changes throughout its history. In the Quake Live version, you know, it's honestly it's a really fun map to play when you're just sort of, you know, goofing around. I've never really seen it in competitive Capture the Flag, so this is definitely a first. But
it is a really big map.
It's really big, but it really favors people that know how to strafe jump extremely well, because you can pick up a lot of speed and do some really amazing things, especially in the center area. But we'll go ahead and do a little bit. We're starting to see F3s, waiting for one more F3. I don't know if I'll have time to really do much of a tour, but let me go ahead and attempt it. To me, it definitely
seems like it's going to be sort of a defense-centered map. There's just so many power-ups and stuff. You could probably get just amazing, huge stacks on the defense in no time at all.
Well, while we wait for that last F3, let me do a little bit of a tour. We just saw the red armor picked up, and we are now in the center of the map. And you'll see that the two sides of this map are mirrored, pretty much split down this jump pad is the very center of the map. And you take a jump pad from the lower fog area to center, and then also up here will get you to the red armor, which is about to respawn in about 5 seconds. You can see Demo is going to be standing on it as it comes up. And so that armor becomes really critical. He picked it up automatically. Now, down in the center, we have a rocket launcher that spawns here, and then on the other end of the center is a lightning gun. So those are two very powerful weapons in the center that you need to run out and get. The bases are symmetrical, so we're going to take a look at one.
Looks like we're going live here.
We are. And we got a health here, shotgun here. The main thing is that we're going to talk about the bases. We'll just focus on people playing D, and we'll talk about them from that perspective as we go. But the base is actually pretty huge. And I personally love, we just saw Mega Health picked up by RVX. I personally love grabbing an LG. There's also a rail inside the base, just it's kind of away from the flag a little bit, but we're seeing the first push, Play for Fun, and RVX is trying to land some rockets down the lower corridors and trying to get his paws on that second RA. That's going to be coming up in about 6 seconds. And he survived long enough, but first quad, though, is going to go and get railed off. Wait for it to be picked up. It's going to be very quick grab and drop. And haste is going to go to XLU. We haven't really run the rosters, but Matt, if you will be so kind to do so, we'll watch the squad run and we can talk about who's playing for these teams.
Alright, on Play for Fun, we have Demo, Rakis, Noka, and RVX. Followed by Extreme Gamers, we have Danny2, X1U, Spectro, I'm guessing something like that, and One Love.
Yeah, the first flag touch does get stuffed, but it was Extreme Gamers getting that first real touch of it, and X1U or XLU, however it goes, he was the first guy to really grab that flag. Right now, the center action is just back and forth. Noka's going to try his luck at grabbing the flag. He's going to try to get out of here with a mere 50 armor, but one rail will pretty much put him down. He picks up the other YA, so now his exit becomes really spectacular. We're going to get back over to Noka and watch him because he's got a pretty good shot at getting out of here. He's facing off against a fresh spawn. He eats a grenade, a rocket, and I think another nade, and it's One Love. Gonna self-kill, but the flag is dropped, and we're gonna go back over to the other carrier. It's gonna be Spectro, and he is about to get this thing home. Maybe. Nope, he's gonna get shot in the back. Yeah, there we go. See, he was attempting to get out of the base, and as you can see, this map is so incredibly huge that unless you are really quick on your feet, it's gonna take you ages to get away. And the way this thing is set up, it's actually very difficult. There are certain choke points along the way in your flag run that you're going to run into. The first one is these two doors that we're seeing Rockets stand in front of as he picks up the armor and the mega health. Quad picked up and dropped. I'm going to wait for the next person to grab it, and it's going to be One Love. He's got no armor.
Extreme Gamers getting some numbers together here and pushing in. That being said, Demo just picks up the flag and trying to sneak out with it.
He won't get very far. Well-placed rail. Haste picked up by XLU. And of course, folks, that means there are two power-ups on this map, obviously. And although right now they're offset in such a way where one team could potentially grab both. Quad, as it expires, RVX has it. We're going to go find the Haste carrier. And it's Rockets as that expires. And he picks up his own Haste. There we go. All right,
you're gonna see a lot on this map here. Something you're gonna see a lot on this map here, Greased, is when people do get the flags, they're gonna hang out in the enemy's bases a lot. In fact, they'll probably roam around, try to avoid defenders, but get some pickups before they try to get out of the base. Because, as you mentioned before, there's a lot of sort of choke points, but there's also a lot of room to maneuver through all the different rooms in each base.
Yeah, and you know, one thing that I kind of recall from my, you know, the Quake 3 days with this map. There are definitely some changes to it. Rocket's not quite getting enough circle to his circle jump in order to grab that mega. But, you know, with this map, it's the kind of thing where I don't think you can really get in and get out by yourself. You're going to have a little bit of help. But on the other hand, the thing is so huge that a lot of times if you push too strongly on O, you leave the middle open, and that's where you're going to see a lot of flag returns happen. So breakaways are pretty difficult in this map. Noka just
I definitely
decided
think
to
a
kill
big key
himself.
this map is sort of the deception. It's sort of big, and so even after you do pick up the flag, as long as they don't have a good beat on you and they don't know where you are, you're sort of you force them to sort of cover all the exits. And when you make them cover all the exits, they're gonna have to play a little bit more loosely, and they're not gonna do quite as well on the defense there as
Big
you would
quad
just
run, though.
if you
RVX
have a good eye on the flag.
Yeah, RVX has red armor plus a shotgun plus. Yeah, I'm going to go back over to him. Hopefully he's not going to die in time. There we go. He's about to clear out the defender. He does. Danny, too, has gone down, and the flag not picked up. Let's go back over. Good Lord. All these power-ups make specking this thing quite an ordeal. Noka trying to survive 2 points of health. Backing off. Now he can survive. But we do have a flag pickup. Most importantly, RVX going to attempt to get out. He's got full health and about 60 armor. And he's got a teammate. So this is the first real setup for a flag run. Look at this, the carrier kind of moving slowly, walking into nades. It's nades that are doing the damage, and but a rocket will finally be the resting shot for that carrier. But I have to say, Matt, we've seen the nades be strangely accurate tonight, and spams aplenty, and it's stuffed a couple of runs so far.
I mean, I think part of what you see here is there's a lot of really big rooms, but there's also a lot of really sort of tiny corridors. So it's a lot more difficult to dodge a nade when it's flying at you down this little tiny corridor, and you really, sometimes you just